task that lay before Watford as they regrouped for the Nationwide League Division 1 campaign to bounce straight back. And before the first ball of the season was kicked in the First Division, the pre-season friendlies. And Hyder Helgeson getting amongst the goals in a match against Walsall, switched to Tamworth for an equaliser for the second division side from Darren Byfield late on. Next to Northampton, Nordin Buta plays the ball in and Dominic Foley heads a goal for Watford. Northampton had worked hard pre-season themselves and squared the match. Into the second half, and Watford conjuring up what turned out to be a winning goal. Fed in from the right. Perpetuini back across. Nordin Buta with a header. 2-1. And there were new signings too. Club record Alan Nielsen and Espen Bardson, both of whom had cost 7 figures, joined from Tottenham.
Well, they say a week's a long time in football. It's a week since you put pen to paper. How are you settling in?
Settling in very well. The lads here are great, and the club's doing just fine, and I'm looking forward to get going.
How do you assess Watford's hopes for the season?
I mean, everyone's talking about the First Division, how hard it is to get promoted. There are many big teams in there who always want to push forward, so it's not going to be easy, but for sure I think the commitment is there, and there's a good chance.
What about the First Division? And people say it's going to be wide open, and come March we're going to have 10 or 12 fighting for the promotion slots. Is that how you see it?
Well, it's definitely very competitive, and there's so many teams, 24 teams, so it's definitely going to be hard to win those first 2 spots. But I think Watford have a good chance, and I'm obviously want to do what I can to help them get there.
And both 2.25 million Nielsen and 1.25 million Bardson were in the Watford side on day 1 at Huddersfield Town. Scored it cleanly, and Page didn't get his man, and Huddersfield charged forward. This is Kevin Gallant. And plenty of players forward in this attack as well, and it's finally headed past his own keeper, and Steve Palmer couldn't get out of the way, and Huddersfield lead. Watford need to try and steady the ship before half-time. And another opportunity, and it's hit the post. Palmer came in. Buta, Mooney, and over the top by Nordin Buta. And the Dutchman will be disappointed not to have hit the target. His free kick, and it's gone straight through. Now, did anybody else touch it? Basson looks embarrassed, and I think it will go as a Cox goal. He's taking the applause, and I don't think anybody else got a touch. It's 1-1, and it's Cox's goal, no question. One again by Ngongi, and now the opportunity is taken beautifully by Tommy Smith, and Watford ahead by 2-1. And so to the visit of Dave Bassett, former Hornets manager, and his Barnsley side for the first home game. Watford left this very late, and he has the effort, Mitch Ward, and it's still not clear, and Robinson in the end, and Bardson finally. Clint Easton. Smith held it off well. Nielsen. Now Buta. Barnsley beat a hasty retreat. Buta. Kevin Miller. Palmer. Ball has to be for Buta, and is. Regan trying to time his challenge right. Booter's got to the byline as well. And Smith will block again by Miller. It's a great ball in. Smith twists, turns, does well to get the shot in, and Miller's legs up the rest. Jones lifts the ball right the way across, and Jones again. Smart save by Bardson. Battling hard, battling away, and almost battling to a goal lead. Clint Easton blocks. Had a great summer, of course. Now he needs to prove it at club level. Foley. Still Foley. Still Foley. Good save by Miller. Great battle by Foley. Steve Chattel tried once, tried twice. Great skills by Foley. Is it going to end in frustration? Nielsen. Foley picked that one out. And the substitute has surely won it with a real beauty. And the frustration becomes joyous exuberance. He won't hit a better one than that this season, I'm sure. Watford in front by a goal to nil.
Have you hit one sweeter than that in a Watford shirt?
No, I think that's one of the nicest so far, so I'm delighted with it.
I mean, there was you didn't really have time to think. Really, the moment it was bouncing your way, first time the only thing was to get it on the left foot, correct?
Yeah, well, that's right. It was a bit of a muddle at the edge of the box, and it just felt lovely for me. I just had to take one stride and hit it and hope for the best.
Were you aware how late it actually was?
I didn't actually. I thought there was still 7 or 8 minutes left. I think I got on for the last 10 or 11 minutes, and it just seemed to fly by. So.
You'd watched the game up to that point. I mean, you must have felt won or settle this.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, in the first 20 minutes, I thought we were all over them, and I was thinking we could do a Huddersfield on it, where last week they were all over us, and we ended up winning it. So to get the winner at the end was brilliant.
And particularly, when did you actually realise, when you saw the fourth official holding the board up saying 3, you suddenly realised, did I leave it that late?
No, I didn't even see that, to tell you the truth. So.
Obviously important, you'd made the point pre-season what an important season it is for you. Presumably, goals is the only way to deal with it, correct?
Yeah, definitely. Being a striker, goals answer your critics or earn your wages, so that's definitely the way forward.
It's very sweet, Dominic Foley. You've had a good week, haven't you, with your call up for the Republic of Ireland again for the World Cup match against the Netherlands. But of all things, how sweet is it for you to have won that match for Graham Taylor? Because I know how close you two are.
Yeah, brilliant. Obviously, he's shown his faith in me, bringing me back to Watford with him, and hopefully that'll go a little bit in the way to paying him for it.
Next stop, the Worthington Cup, and third division leaders Cheltenham Town arriving with a cup upset firmly in their sights. Howarth is robbed. And it might bounce for Macaulay this time, and does. Allsop! And that's a real let-off for the home side. Mooney. Closest that Watford have come in what's been a disappointing night. And so to Wimbledon, who, like Watford, were facing up to life in Division 1 after relegation. Clarkson won it. And the ball forward, and an opportunity almost now for Damien Francis. Neil Cox had to scamper across. And the bounce might favour Smith. Helgeson in the middle. Nielsen also joining the attack. This is Robinson. And Nielsen wasn't far away. Very well worked by Watford. Anderson with the header. Francis again. And this time it's going to be handed out, no question. The flag long since up. Robinson. Good control by Helgeson. Got an awful lot of support. He goes down, play on to the referee, Mooney. Good block by Kelvin Davis, but Mooney still has it. Ruter didn't get the jump. Cox! Great save by Davis. Hardly trying to work down the left into the chance now for Francis. Now the opportunity for Yule. And Bardson having to be at his best as Hartson came in. Helgeson, take aim. So far away. So to the memorable visit of Sheffield United and the memorable return of Mr. Popular, Gifton Noel Williams. Been positive stuff early doors. Mooney! And stroked in by Heider Helgeson. Just what the doctor ordered. Mooney's run, timed to perfection. And Helgeson arriving first at the open net. At this stage, Sheffield United have not really threatened too much. Now maybe opportunity might knock. It's come back in again. It's a very good goal as well. It's a superb strike by Wayne Quinn. Robinson's corner, Noel Williams. Helgeson, the pressure still on. Helgeson back across. And Mooney this time makes it 2-1. And it's a great goal under pressure because there were heads to the left of him and heads to the right of him. Look at this cross from Helgeson. It's teasing the United defence. And Mooney appeared to be sandwiched, but he's still got his head on it. Fox's free kick. Plan B. Smith, might be something on here. Keeper's only parried it. And Noel Williams has crowned his afternoon. And is there a more joyous scene on any football ground this afternoon? Smith in, Tracy's parry. The big fella returns as only he knows how. This is Cox. Noel Williams, now Hyde. Smith outside him. This is Smith. Hyde's got for the return. Oh, beautifully done. Another goal of real quality. And Micah Hyde opens his season's account in style, but credit Smith for the cross. And it's a great finish from the Hornets midfielder.
Well, I reckon it ended up in about exactly the same spot and exactly the same back, net as the Sunderland one. But my word, it must have given you so much pleasure.
Yeah, you know, to score on my comeback game, it was more than a delight. You know, I feel fitter and stronger than when I came back before. And thank God, as I said to you the other day, when Wednesday night, I think it was, with the reserve game, that I feel fit, I feel strong, and I've got my chance at last, yeah.
But even when I spoke to you after that reserve game, did you really think you'd have, within a week, played a game and a game and a half, or just under a game and a half of first-team football?
No, never, but it's through injuries, you know. Obviously, if Nordin was fit and a few others, then I probably wouldn't have played, I probably would have been on the bench. But, you know, Nordin got injured on Saturday and the gaff put me in, and thank God I've paid him back by scoring a goal.
I haven't seen you hit one as powerfully as that in a long time. I mean, there was 18 months of frustration in that right foot, wasn't there?
Oh, yeah, you know, it was. When the ball went in, the biggest smile went on my face, and it was like relief. At last, I'm back, and I scored a goal, yeah.
And I know you were very much delighted with the response in the week from the people who watched the reserve game, but that reception when you ran out beforehand probably only capped when you scored that goal. I think the whole place went mad, didn't it?
You know, the Watford fans have been very nice. You know, I've had loads of letters, loads of cards of get well soon and all them kind of things to cheer me up when I was feeling down. And you know, when I came out on Wednesday night, they gave me, there was only about 500 people there, but it was like there was a full house, the reception I got. And thank God Saturday I got a good reception, and today the place is lit alight, you know, and I thank God for the fans. And I'm thanking the fans and the backroom staff and everyone for the support they've given me over the last year and a half.
And finally, the partnership of Noel Williams and Helgeson looks as though it might be a real demolition opportunity against other defences. You and Hyder seem as though you've been playing together for years, the way you understand each other.
You know, Hyder plays quite similar to me. He likes the ball into his chest, into his feet. And obviously there's Tommy Smith out there as well. And Tommy's a good player as well. And I think if all three of us can link up, then we can do a bit of damage to this division.
A thoroughly excellent day at the office, Graham. You must be well delighted.
Yeah, I'm very, very pleased because we played so poorly against Cheltenham 10 days ago, and then actually went to Wimbledon on Saturday in the first half and particularly played well and couldn't find the goals. Today, in patches, you know, we've played some very, very good football, and of course our finishing has been for everybody to see.
I think perhaps through defence, beforehand there were one or two supporters a little bit anxious, having seen how influential Nielsen and Vuta were in the game on Saturday, thinking, going into this without them, how might it affect the team?
Yeah.
Well, what an answer.
Well, a very good answer, but it also shows that when Nordin and Alan are fit, along with Alan Smart, Peter Kennedy, Alex Bono, Nicky Wright, you know, we'll have a fair squad, and that's got to be good for everybody. And fortunately, some of the boys now are getting fitter. I mean, it's unfortunate to lose Alan and Nordin, but some of the other long-term injuries will be getting a bit closer. So every time we can put 3 points on the board without having our full squad available, the better the signs are.
And 4 different goal scorers, but inevitably the headlines will be grabbed by Gifton.
Yeah.
I mean, there was 18 months of frustration in one right-footed rocket, wasn't there?
Well, you know, he's had a terrible time, really. I mean, he played for, I think, he came on a substitute, I think, against Sheffield Wednesday in November, and that's probably been about all that we've seen of him for, what, 2 years in January, so it's 18, 19 months. And it does make a big difference. I'd like to think, I mean, it's history now, but I would like to think if we had our best players available playing at their best last season, we might have still been in the Premier League, but that's history. It's not happened, but I think you can see that when they do come back, when we do get the full squad available, when all of our players are there, we can certainly pose a threat in this division.
And Hyder, obviously, he played against Cheltenham and was clearly needing to feel his way back a bit. You know, with every game he plays, he looks that much sharper, and his goal was perhaps important as well.
Well, it's all important. What was important is that Micah Hyde and Hyder Helgeson and Gifton Noel Williams got their 90 minutes in, because that was a bit worrying for me. Because of the injuries, I was putting 3 players in there. Micah hasn't played since sort of the beginning of May. He got himself suspended when he was sent off against Manchester United and has had a bit of a knee injury. And then Hyder hasn't played 90 minutes this season, and we just spoke about Gifton, so you're a little bit worried. But I think once it went to 4-1, then you know that you're going to leave them on, because it's good for them to get that full 90 minutes under their belt.
Next stop, Whaddon Road, Cheltenham. The Sky TV cameras there, sensing a possible cup shock. Watford had other ideas. Helgeson for Cox. Not a bad cross either, and the header might just give an opportunity, and does give an opportunity for Tommy Smith. And Watford break the deadlock early doors. Hyde supplying the ball from the right. The knockdown at the far post, and Smith from 3 yards. Nielsen has joined this attack as well. And it's Darren Ward, unmarked, who's doubled the Hornets' advantage. A very simple move, but a very good header. 2-0 Watford. Helgeson just sensed the sting has gone from Cheltenham. Helgeson. Way across again, and the chance for Helgeson. Game, set and match. Destination round 2. Mooney heads it down, and the rocket is from the Icelander. And so, to the south coast. 3 quality goals, a host of near misses. All in all, a very good day out. Oh, Williams won it. And this is Nielsen. And the bouncers favoured him, and he's made Portsmouth pay. And the mistake gave Nielsen the chance, and the Danes succeeded. But at the moment, struggling. Oh, what a strike just over from Leanboy Primus. He's hit the underside of the bar. Mooney, yes! Double your money. Or perhaps in this case, double your Mooney. Portsmouth in the second half have really thrown as much as they can at Watford. Noel Williams back, and there's the third goal from Heidar Helgason. There's no fear about this young man. He's put his head in as Gifton Noel Williams knocked it back. And jubilation. Portsmouth still trying. No one will work harder than Steve Claridge. You can be certain of that. Claridge again. And here's the opportunity, taken this time by Nigel Quasi. And Pompey have something to show. Noel Williams. Helgason is in the clear. Can he make it 4? Agonisingly close. Well worked again. Mooney back again. So near. A long midweek trip amid the petrol crisis. The search was on for 4-star. The result, a 5-star performance at Blackburn. And they've really torn into Watford early doors. Now, can they produce something to profit from it? Yes! And the opening goal, scored by David Dunn. Great header. Watford need to try and settle. But they may also, it's the chance for the second, and it's gone in. And Blackburn have doubled their lead. And Nathan Blake. Nielsen. Back now for Hyde. Yes! Very well taken from the edge of the area. With his left foot. Darren Ward's knocked down. And Micah Hyde's finish. Goal seems to have lifted Watford. And now they're really testing Blackburn at the back. Robinson. And it's gone in, yes, by Helgason. 2-2. Smith was the decoy. What a first half it's been. Maybe there's time for more. Noel Williams. Hyde. It's 3-2. Unbelievable stuff. Watford were 2 down. Now they lead 3-2, and Micah Hyde's got 2 of them. Robinson's corner. And that's a bullet of a header for Mooney. The captain, armband proudly on his left sleeve, shows them how. And the Rovers in despair. There's the drop ball. This is Nathan Blake. It's 4-3. It may not be over yet. An early and crucial save from Espen Bardson paved the way for the Hornets' 4th consecutive victory against Crewe. Kenny Lunt. All started quite brightly here. And the header, it's a great save by Bardson from David Wright. To join the attack and really put the pressure on Watford. And this is Paul Robinson. Fox's free kick. Mooney. Noel Williams. Jason Kearton makes the save. Robinson's corner. Noel Williams. And again. Mooney, acute angle, in by Smith. And Watford break the deadlock. Mooney held off his man, and Tommy Smith. What a great goal, because it's not easy, that angle. Sean Smith. Carlson. Oh dear, oh dear. They both really felt that. Smith. Still going. It's a good block. And Crewe have almost given it away. Smith again. They might have given it away, you know. Noel Williams. 2-0. And he enjoyed that. Chamberlain making the most of his opportunity. Smith. Still going. Got past Lunt's challenge. What a great run by Smith. There's the ball in. And all he has for his effort is a corner. Hyde. Take aim. Fire! 3-0. Crewe can't hide from this now. It's a great strike. Outside the box. Game, set and match to Watford. Lunt. Still perhaps for Street. And the effort finally is very well saved by Chamberlain from Neil Sorvell. So back to the Cup. It rained when Watford went to Meadow Lane, Nottingham, and it rained goals as well. And goes in. And Watford are in the lead. And it's that man Mooney. Nicely worked again. Clint Easton. The pass, and this time it worked. Here's Tommy Mooney! And Watford double their lead. Look for McDermott's cross, and he's given the penalty. David Laws has pointed to the spot. And the chance is taken by Mark Stallard. Mooney again. Palmer this time. It's saved by Paul Gibson. Five to aim at in this corner. Mooney knocked down. Palmer was close earlier and hits the bullseye this time. It's 3-1. Another hard-earned victory on the road for Graham Taylor's men followed at Stockport, and once again finishing the key. Robinson's ball. Williams. Mooney. And it might come for Smith. Still going and scores. And the youngster impishly inside his man. Williams. Challenge was by Woodthorpe. Noel Williams still going and can do very nicely, thank you. It's 2-0. Took a slight deflection, but the keeper can do nothing with that. Robinson's header. Chamberlain in under the cosh. The bounce might yet favour Stockport, and does. And it's Ian Moore. The referee has said no. And Mr. Wilson said he fouled his man. And the ball comes in this time. And it does count. And the man that gets it, Aaron Wilbraham. Could have had opportunities here in an eventful afternoon. Tommy Mooney sent off. But now they still hold a 2-1 lead, and the chance to make it 3 is well taken by Alan Nielsen. Game over, surely now. Doing their utmost. They've battled hard in this second half. This is Glyn Hancock. Worked well again, and the chance for the second goal. And it's Ian Moore who had the one counted out earlier. But Watford are going to have to hold on these final moments. Hold on they did. After 8 games, the Hornets 2 points behind leaders Fulham, who had the 100% record. Watford's only blip, that draw at Wimbledon, and it was back to the Cup, Notts County the visitors, a night to be thankful for small mercies. In this case, those first leg away goals. Ferguson. Wilson joined the attack. Too far away. Robinson. Nielsen. That's good work now for Helgeson. Needs support, finds support. Mooney looks for the cross, finds the cross, and in the end he just missed that last touch on it. Goodmanson was the player who couldn't get that earlier, and this is Neil Cox. Helgeson wide of target. He has defended well so far. Look right. It's a corner. Hughes. And he's got in first. Andy McDermott for Notts County. And they take the lead. Boots up. Ward has made good saves when required. And another case in point. And home side are getting restless, and deservedly so. It's 2-0 to Notts County, and it's Andy Hughes. Fox. Earl Williams. Richardson across. Still Noel Williams. He's done well. Now, can he finally find the ball that would give them the goal? No, he can't. Mooney's put it over. Hughes still going. And Chamberlain makes an excellent save. Perpetuini for Watford. This is Vusa. Still going. Still going. Nielsen, good save by Lindley. And the substitute keeper does what is required. Joseph trying to get the return ball against Robinson. And Joseph gets there before Robinson and hits the post. How did that stay out? Unbelievable. So does Sunday lunchtime at the Vicarage, and the visit of old rivals Birmingham, promotion rivals as well. The corner. It might come back if it helps. It does, and Nielsen was there. And the Great Dane opens the scoring. And the breakthrough has come at last as Watford dig deep. Right the way across. It's knocked back in by Helgeson, and Nielsen was there. And it's clearance. Birmingham fighting hard, but they need to find a goal from somewhere. And Robinson's clearance. Palmer. And this could be very interesting if it bounces right for Vuta, which it does. Noel Williams inside him. Vuta is still going. Vuta is still going. Right the way across. And Neil Cox at the far post. Arriving at the scene, unmarked and in time. 2-0 Watford. And surely 3 crucial points here. Vuta down the right, great control. The cross over Bennett. Cox had time. And suddenly the flag is staying down again. Noel Williams with the chance. And after a 13-day break, another Vicarage Road fixture. 17,000 saw this local derby, remembered for 2 Neil Cox headers. This is Crouch, and he's got time to find his man. And did so. Tommy Kojo's header straight at the goalkeeper. Vuta. The seizing cross, and the defending sees the corner. Robinson. Cox! A bullet! He wasn't picked up. 1, 2, 3. 1, Robinson left foot. 2, Cox header. 3, back of the net. Watford ahead by a goal to nothing. Robinson. What's to like about the enthusiasm and the running of Watford? Vuta. And the corner conceded. The last corner produced the first goal. This one produces the second. It's Cox again. It's the outswinger. And the man isn't quite the oldest swinger, but he's not a bad man, is he? Ward. For the return ball. This is Page. Kevin Francis and Ian Dowie on the Rangers bench have been up and down like Jack in the boxes. Vuta! And he missed it at the second time. Rangers trying desperately to find something. And they might yet. Cleared by Ward, but not decisively, and the free kick is given. Richard Langley is the player. It's against the wall. Noel Williams away. Rangers have come out really fired up at the start of the second half. Morrow. Crouch didn't get, and the goal is scored. And it's Carl Connolly, the substitute. No, Williams. Still go. What about that? Having his shirt pulled and still had enough about it. It's 3-1. And the joyous scenes as he got past his man, but that is finishing of the highest class by Gifton Noel Williams. Noel Williams again. Good save, needed to be. He's got to do it again though, and does. Fair play to Lee Harper. A fine double save. So with 10 games gone, still that one glitch against Wimbledon, denying Watford a perfect start that Fulham had had. Still 2 points between the top two. Gillingham was Watford's third consecutive home game. They fired blanks at home for the first time in the league, though it wasn't for want of trying. Fox's cross. And it's a corner. Williams didn't get. Ward against the bar. He's hit this like a centre forward. Immense power by Darren Ward. And they don't come much closer. Hyde for Neil Cox again. And Watford looking at an opportunity for Helgeson, over the top and over the bar. Vince Bartram, a relieved man. Well, Williams' jump still going on. This is Hyde. There's a lot to like about this Watford performance, even without the goals. And Noel Williams again, agonisingly close. Noel Williams. What a difference he's made. Robinson. This is Vuta. Still going. And let's fly! And so another away day. 2 goals from Micah Hyde early on as Watford secured the points at the City Ground. Nielsen. Robinson. That's another good break by Smith. Now, looks at his options. One of those options arriving on the scene is Micah Hyde. Number 5 of the season. And well struck as well. And the Forest back four have had a nightmare start to this game. Nobody picked up Hyde arriving. And he had plenty of time to find his spot. And the gift is accepted by Nielsen. Hyde is wide, chance to double it, and takes it. And the gift is accepted by Micah Hyde. Nielsen from Skimmiker's desperate ball out. It's 2. And so to another match with late drama. Another live TV match. Old rivals Bolton, the visitors. Franson might be the player to have a go from here. And that's a good start by Chamberlain. Hit it cleanly, Franson. Robinson. And the flag has stayed down. And Jaskalainen. Franson still going, and he's in the clear here. Chamberlain narrows the angle. Franson still, good block by Page. Watford living a little bit on their nerves, and now finally the clearance can be made. Cox tries. Skalainen with his body behind it, watching it go. Williams waits this one. Nielsen again. And where on earth is that going to land? And Jaskalainen tips it over. And he's still going. Simon Charlton. Ward. Now a great chance for Helgeson. Didn't get the power he wanted, and that allowed Dudley Bergson to make the save. Robinson. Vuta. Still Vuta. Goes down, and nothing given by the referee. Here's the corner. Mooney. Ward. Still driven in. Well, they've all tried their luck. Mooney this time could do nothing with that. Ward has come forward to join the attack. Ward, and the referee's given the penalty. He's given the penalty. 4 hands. Branson is furious, but Mr. Dowd had no doubt. Mooney is the man given the responsibility. Mooney against Jääskeläinen. Mooney wins, and Watford lead by a 1-0. Kept his head while Bolton's protests led to a yellow card. It's 3 points for Graham Taylor's men. All the drama coming late on, but Tommy Mooney has scored the crucial penalty. It was a result that put Watford top of the table as they travelled to Molineux. Another very wet afternoon to play one of Graham Taylor's former clubs. Robinson has left it for Cox. Michael Oakes down well. Change of direction gives Nordin Vuta the chance to run. Lee Naylor is the fullback trying to close him down. This is Cox, and that's delightful. That is absolutely superb by Neil Cox. Oakes a yard off his line. And Cox, whose goals this season have been based on power, also shows he can score with precision. 1-0 to Watford.
Neil Cox.
He's absolutely throwing it down. Cox's throw. Mo Williams. Hyde back in. And Mooney with the chance. 2-0 Watford. Got on his left foot and finished it superbly. Hyde back in. Noel Williams got the slight touch which beat 1, 2, 3 defenders, including Tony Dinning, who'd come to help out, and Mooney scores. Mooney again, just look at the water coming off the surface. Hyde. Mooney again. Time to put over the cross. Paisley's cross, and Ward on Robinson. He's given the penalty. Pushing the backs as Mr. Burns, and within seconds of the restart, Wolves have a penalty. Alec Chamberlain must try and deny Muscat and can't, and Wolves right back in it. Their captain scores seconds into the second half. In the charge forward, dealing with Paisley arriving far side. Good save by Chamberlain. Well, those two are great mates. No, Williams did well, couldn't get the shot on target. Page's clearance, and agonisingly close. Wolves dominating this second half. Watford holding on to this 2-1 lead. And now maybe from Smith. Still going. Hits the post. It was by Page. The goal is by Dinning. It's a wonderful strike. And it's 2-2. The point enough to keep Watford one ahead of Fulham at the top of the table. And they were the only team not to have lost a match in English senior football. As Manchester United came to town, they may have been short of stars, but they certainly put together a star-studded performance. This is Wes Brown, and Mooney might have a chance. Nobody there as he played the ball across. Boots are in. Nielsen. Walworth still going and got past the challenge of Page. Now the chance perhaps for the ball in from Chadwick, and scored by Solskjaer. United lead by a goal to nil. Chadwick again, really impressed in this match so far. Now the opportunity to play it in, and it's cleared away as Dwight York went for glory. This is Phil Neville. York. Chadwick. York. 2-0. Wes Brown's header. Nielsen. Still going. Noel Williams. The catch by Van der Hout. To work it and didn't quite succeed in doing so. Easton. On the overlap is Mooney. There's the ball in. Appeal for penalty. The referee says no. And all Mr. Messias has given is a goal kick. Easton. And Van der Hout try and make capital out of it. And the flag has stayed down, and the chance for 3 is taken by Solskjaer, his second. Nielsen. Watford searching for some sort of consolation. Smith. That's not a bad ball in either. Helgeson gone down. And the referee's given the penalty. And he sends him off. He ruled that the last man. And Raymond van der Hout has been red-carded for the challenge on Helgeson. Well, the ball was going nowhere. Mooney's chance. Oh dear. Well, after that defeat, back to the Nationwide League. A home game against Grimsby, a special day for Tommy Mooney. Noel Williams has worked it well. It's come across for Helgeson, and Nielsen. And the disallowed one 2 minutes ago is forgotten. This one counts. Vuta. Mooney! Great cross, great header. Number 2 from the number 9. Noel Williams, he's done this nicely. He's done it very nicely. And the mistake set him up. The goal. And Mooney takes him past 50 for the club. It's a tremendous achievement. And it's 4-0. 2 great headers. But it's been a good day at the office.
Had you any idea that that header, which made it 2, a couple of minutes after Alan had given you the lead, was your 50th for Watford?
No, I didn't know, but it was a vital goal. I think when you're playing at home and you're playing in your top of the league, you're expected to win games, and we scored our first goal, and then the second one really is vital. We needed to score that as quick as we could, and it was within minutes. so it was great, and that gives everybody a lift, and hopefully from there we can go on and dominate the game.
And the win 4-0, I mean, what more can you ask?
No, that's right. Like you say, we're expected to win today, and we've done that, and we've played very well, so we're pleased.
And the second goal, again with a head, the old 1-2. I mean, we saw Neil Cox do it against Queen's Park Rangers, and those set pieces. I mean, it's great when they work like that.
Yeah, that's right. Good delivery from Neil Cox on that right-hand side, and that's the side I favour with my head. So I just go in and attack the ball, and it's gone in the back of the net. So I'm very pleased.
Well, I was talking to you about 3 weeks ago, and Micah Hyde had just scored the 2 at Nottingham, and had gone to the top of the goal-scoring charts. Now you're back on top. Is there a little private battle going on in the dressing room? Because now that takes you obviously now to 9, and you are back in front.
No, I'm just pleased to get on the score sheet. Obviously, it's vitally important that we win games, and to do that, we've got to score goals. So we're pleased that myself and several other players are scoring and regularly, which can't do any harm for the team. And
goals of such quality, Tom. I mean, of all the goals that Watford have scored this season, there's only been the odd one that the goalkeeper spilt at somebody's feet, or you know, the easy tap-ins. They've all been goals. Well, so many of them in goals of real quality, well made and well finished.
I think that shows how well we've been playing at times. We're not kidding ourselves. We've not played as well as we can in every minute of every league game, but we are playing well, and when we play some good football, and good goals follow at the end of it, which is nice for everybody.
Alan, was that goal even sweeter because of what had happened about 3 minutes earlier?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I didn't see any offside. Obviously, you try to get into the positions where you can score goals, and just delighted that it happened the second time then.
And all the goals in a very good victory coming from quality crosses.
That's right, yeah. I mean, we did well today. We won the second ball, get them out wide, and as you say, it's good crosses. And I mean, you have good crosses, but you've got to be end of them as well, and we did today.
Did you sense the first one was always going to be important, because obviously it had been disappointing in midweek, and you'd played Bolton here, and their policy number one was to stop you?
We had quite a few chances today, shots on goal and good crosses. But then again, obviously, the first goal is always important, and it's one we're always looking for. Sometimes teams come here to defend and make it hard for us, and they did today, Grimsby. But we worked hard, and end of the day, we got the first goal as well.
And 4-0 didn't flatter you, did it?
Only 4-0 was in, and I think that was deserved over 90 minutes. So that's good.
3 days later, and Sheffield Wednesday visit Vicarage Road, and the 15-game unbeaten run finally brought to an end. Cook's corner. Some came in, and it's gone in, and now who's got the last touch on that? Haslam is taking the applause, but I don't think he got the final touch. Mooney, and the flag stays down. This is Tommy Smith. 1-1. Back on level terms. Beat the trap and had the coolness to finish it in style. And that's a crashing header, and it's 2-1 Wednesday. Tony Crane, the scorer. Watford have got to try and rescue this, but they may have problems at the other end, and have. Alan Quinn, it's 3-1. And surely now, there is no way back. And so to Tranmere. Watford's record at Prenton Park not good, and no better after this visit. Jason Kumas will take the free kick. We've got plenty of men to aim at here. From round the far side was Flynn, and in the back of the net by Clint Hill. Cox needs to clear it. This is Sean Flynn. Kept in by Andy Parkinson. Kumas. And Taylor is clear. It's 2-0. Cox's corner. Nielsen jumped the first time. Page. And again, off the bar. Buta. Page's header. The woodwork again. He hasn't scored this season, and he's had 2 off the woodwork. Next, Preston North End at Vicarage Road. A class match this, but sadly not all the class came from Watford as they sought to return to winning ways. Smith in space. No Williams inside him. Hyde is making another man up. Owen and Ryan Kidd missed out on the challenge. This is Smith. Right the way across, Mooney. Lovely run by Smith. Preston so far competed very well, and they've competed even better now because Mackin has put them in front. It's an excellent finish. Kidd. And he's made a mess of that. Now will Smith make him pay for it? He won't, but Mooney might, and does. Lovely cross and a lovely finish by Tommy Mooney. Look at this for a cross from Smith as Ryan Kidd hasn't had a happy time against Smith. Cross was excellent. The header, bullet-like. 1-1. Poor old Ryan Kidd, booked earlier, ludicrously, and then making the mistake. Look at it from this angle and see the header of real quality. Hyde. Now the chase. Smith has run his heart out so far in this match. There's the supply line in and off the woodwork. It won't come much closer than that. Nielsen's long throw. Umpteen bodies in the box. Cox! What a save! Hit with absolute venom. It's not away yet. Noel Williams. Hyde. Robinson. Meyer worked well with Anderson. There's the ball back in, and it's gone in. It didn't the first time. Robinson. Now Palmer might try. Oh, what a try! Well, he's told me in the past he's desperate to get to 10 for the club, and that's as sweet as any of them for Steve Palmer. It's 2-2. Just look at his face. Mackin was a real handful. There's the ball back in and drilled in beautifully by Ian Anderson. And for the third time, Preston take the lead. The points go up the M6. Incident-packed afternoon. Goals of real quality. And Preston have the points. And Watford 6 points behind Fulham. The following Saturday's game against Burnley postponed, so 39 points going into December.
The 15-game unbeaten run at the start of the season, Graham. How much were the seeds for that actually sown pre-season, in particular, or with the benefit of hindsight, looking back at that week the boys all had together at HMS Rawley?
I think that the pre-season went very well for us. The week at HMS Raleigh was a very, very good week. It was a very demanding week, and it certainly knit the players together. I think it also taught them as well and showed them that, you know, you can place limits on yourself that really you shouldn't be placing, that there's a lot more that you can always give and do, and particularly, you know, as a team. So it was a very, very good week, coupled with the fact that we'd moved in to London Coney here, so much better facilities than this club has ever had. And the fact that we'd been relegated from the Premiership, it was a big boost for all of us, not just the players, myself included, to be coming in to have upgraded our training facilities on a day-to-day basis, because it's sometimes very difficult for supporters to realise that this is a job. You know, people might say, okay, give me it. But it's a job, and you have to come in every day, and you've got to work in a good environment, and it's not always easy, particularly, you know, if you have some very bad weather, as we are having now.
And also, you bucked the trend. So many teams relegated, sold players. You, of course, had brought in Alan Nielsen and Espen Baardsen, who made a really tremendous contribution from day one.
Well, I think that was another psychological boost for everybody, not just the playing side. I think also the supporters. You know, we've been accused of not spending money in the Premiership, when in fact exactly the opposite was right. I mean, and our supporters have heard it so often they don't want me to go through it all again. But as we've often said, we paid off a massive debt to Jack Petchey of £2.5 million to start with, and other people we brought in like Norden and like Hyther, Neil Cox, Charlie Miller, and then the increase of salary. We spent money all right, but we didn't spend money that we didn't have. And it's the same when we found ourselves in the First Division, that the television deal, some of the money that's on digital, will be televising it next season, some of that money was brought forward. So we had the money to go in and buy people like Alan Nielsen and like Espen Baardsen, coupled with the fact that for 2 years we've got parachute money. So once again, it's money that we've spent, but it's money that we've got. It's not money that we haven't got. And all of that gave a big, big boost, I think, to everybody. I think it told the players as well, look, this, you know, obviously the club isn't intending a Premiership to be a one-season wonder, that they are looking to get back into that again. I think that gave a lot of positive messages out for a lot of people.
And another very pleasing aspect to many supporters, last season goals had been extremely difficult. And in the early part of the season, you were scoring goals from so many different positions, and goals of real quality as well.
Yeah, we got some very good goals. We've had some very good goals as well, and we've always looked like we could score. I have to say that probably the main reason for that unbeaten run was the fact that we scored some goals at times when we were not actually in charge of the game, and that's a vital thing to do. And the quality of our finishing in that early unbeaten run was very, very good.
And they came from all different places. You aren't sitting here in early December looking back at one man's 20 goals. You're looking at goals from all over the shop.
You know, it's surprising, Mike, when I think about my time at Watford, really. I mean, since I came back in '96, I think Peter Kennedy was the leading goal scorer with 13 goals. I don't think we've had anybody probably above that. I remember in the first, when we tried to stay in the first year, I think Ramage got a few and what have you. But although the Watford sides in the main that I've managed have always been goal-scoring sides, obviously we weren't in the Premiership, we found it too hot to handle. We've usually had one or two people, like the Blissets and the Jenkins in the early years, were around the 18, 19 and Blissett in the 20s plus. But we've not been able to get that this year. I have to say, even though we're scoring goals and we're spreading it, I still feel that, you know, it would be good to have a player that you could look at and say, not only is he a team player, but there's a 20-goal-a-season player. I still think that we would like that. Now, it may be that out of some of the front players that we've got now, we may get one. We may get one coming through. But as long as we keep scoring, I'll not worry too much about that.
And as you enjoy with us the highlights of the first phase of the season, any particular highlight that brings a smile to Graham Taylor's face on particular pleasure?
Well, I mean, as we're talking now, we've played 18 games, we've won 12, drawn 3 and lost 3. Now, if before a ball was kicked somebody had said to us, look, that's your position, you're in second position, you'll go 18 games and have that record, the truth of the matter, we'd all accept it. If they'd then said to it, but the 3 games that you lose will be your 16th, 17th and 18th one, we still would have accepted it. We still would have said, well, OK, so what, we'll have that. The problem that we have probably a little bit at the moment is that if we'd played 5 and then lost 1, played another 3 or 4 and then lost 1, played another 4 or 5 and then lost 1, so your defeats would have been spread. I don't think people would have been sort of so a little bit nervous as I think they are really at the moment because of 3 successive defeats. But the reality is 18 games, you're not even halfway through the season. And it's very, very rare for teams to rush away with the division. Now, it may be that Fulham's going to do it this season. It could be that Fulham are going to do a Sunderland and walk away with it. But it's very rare for 2 teams to run away with the automatic places. So when you're asking me, what am I actually looking and brings a smile to my face, what brings a smile to my face is that we are in second position after 18 games. even though we've lost the last 3. So it isn't any one particular game, it's that fact that that's where we are. Now, if we'd done it the other way around and lost our first 3 and been unbeaten for the last 50, everybody would be so much happier. My worry at the moment is that actually unbeaten run, followed by 3 defeats, is worrying certain people and influencing people to think, well, they're not good enough. And if that, at the end of the day, influences my players to think that way, then the second half of the season may be a scrap for us, much more than we would like it to be.
So to take it on from there, as we say, it's a matter of record, 18 games played, second place, which is an automatic promotion place. What do you need, apart from X number of points, to be in that second, or as Watford supporters would want, well, I say second automatic promotion place being minimum requirement in mid-May?
We need to continue playing in the main as we have been playing. There's been the odd game or two when we haven't been up to the standard. If we play to the standard, if we move the ball from what we've learnt in the Premiership as quickly as we have done in the majority of games, if our finishing remains as good as it has been in these first 18 games, then there's no reason at all why one of the automatic places shouldn't be ours.
Shine Look at the stars, look how they shine for you, and all the things that you